The Souls games are by far the best RPGs in all of gaming history, and that is definitely not just a personal opinion.
Like me.
The RPG genre is huge, and there are multiple subgenres housed within it. But there are 7 games that stand out among the crowd. 7 games that not only amassed a cult like following, but also carved out an entire subgenre for themselves and birthed the term Souls like for any game courageous enough to attempt to copy them. I'm MTK, and today we're going to talk about the games that have become known as the Souls games, or the Souls born games. And while the Souls games are technically part of the RPG genre, if you've played them, they feel like something very different, like something that is in its own league almost. And I would argue that they are. So here are 5 things that I believe sets the Souls games apart from the rest and makes them the best RPGs known to man. The interesting thing about the lore in the Souls games is that it pretty much forces you to get immersed into the game. I mean, I guess you could just go through the game not knowing anything about the story and just senselessly murder everything in your path, and I would be lying if I said that I haven't done that in the past. But if you want to know what the heck is going on and want something more than just satisfying combat, it's going to require a little bit of work. To some, this is a negative. People who hold this point of view prefer a much more traditional style of storytelling where you just watch the cutscenes and that's really all you need to know. Souls games, however, take a much different approach. You are going to have to put in a little elbow grease to really grasp the story and its depth. This means exploration, talking to NPCs, and reading various pieces of in game literature. But if you are willing to put in the work, your reward will be an incredibly deep story and a level of immersion not found in many other RPGs. In fact, you really won't have a choice but to be immersed. So whether you love it or hate it, it certainly does set the Souls genre apart. Everyone knows that the Souls games are hard. If you know absolutely nothing about them, you probably know at least that. But I think it's much deeper than that fact alone. See, they aren't just hard, they are hard with a purpose. Anyone can come up with an insanely hard video game that is just difficult for the sake of breaking your spirit and making you regret having thumbs.
I don't need those.
But that is not what the Souls games are. They are hard because they are puzzles. Each death is meant to teach you, nudge you along towards the solution. The harder you resist, the harder it will seem. But there is another awesome fact about the difficulty of the Souls games, and that is that those that figure out the puzzle receive an amount of satisfaction and gratification that is unparalleled. That is the main reason why people get addicted and keep coming back death after death. So, to say the Souls games are difficult is actually only telling half the story, and the other half is by far the most important. That's right. The very thing that has caused you so much rage and trauma is in fact one of the things that makes this genre stand out. And no, not in a this is the worst thing anyone could ever put in a video game kind of way, although it can definitely feel like that. It's actually one of the most brilliant mechanics to ever be coded. Nothing in life feels satisfying without a risk of some kind, something at stake that drives you to perfection, something that makes the thought of failure scary. And if you have ever wandered around a Souls game with 2 or 3 levels worth of souls looking for a bonfire, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's this fear, this tension, that makes the game so rewarding. The relief you feel when making it back to recovering your souls after a grueling Souls run is a feeling that is unique to the Souls genre. So next time you lose every hard-earned soul to a group of rats that pin you in a corner, remember that it's all for the best. Then proceed to smash your controller. You can't really think of the Souls genre without boss fights coming to the forefront of your mind. They can make or break a game and are perhaps the best part of the Souls games. A boss fight is the climax of both gameplay and story. It has to be hard, but not too hard. It needs to be a longer fight, but not too long. The Souls genre toes these lines masterfully. I would argue better than any other RPG series ever created. Now, obviously, not all Souls bosses are created equal. There are some that are duds or gimmicky, but the ones that are done well stand head and shoulders above the crowd. And because From Software is such a boss creating savant, the satisfaction you get after climbing the mountain that is a Souls boss is a unique feeling I never experienced playing any other RPG. The level design in the Souls genre is something that can kind of fly under the radar. Sure, you might open a door and think, oh, I'm back here again. Thank God. But the amount of creativity it takes to build something so intricate in a way that feels smooth and purposeful is very impressive. It also acts as a suspense builder as you run around the level, completely out of Estus, carrying your precious souls, hoping the next shortcut back to the bonfire is right around the corner, which it never is. But that intensity is one of the things that keeps you on the edge of your seat when you play. And the relief of reaching the shortcut that saves you from having to endure the pain of losing everything you have just worked so hard to achieve is addicting. And all of this is made possible by the brilliant level design of the Souls genre.
Do it now. Smash like.